So
Jermaine
I'm
Chavis
gonna give
and
it to
myself
y'all.
on our
What
weekly
do
show, The
contact mean to
Consciousness
y'all?
War.
And how do you maintain unity when you understand what contact mean to y'all?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Learn how to communicate. You want to practice by maybe trying to communicate with nature, like the birds, the squirrels, the deer, and see what kind of reaction you get with good intentions. Like you're not going to harm them. Tell them you love them. Just sharing your vibration. You might have a conversation to where, they're not going to fly off or run off, that they trust you because they know your intentions. You could practice that way, but you got to have genuine intentions, like Brad says. You got to be genuine with it.
Correct.
It's just a start.
Being your authentic self. Good one, Mike. That's a starting point to help with the contact, because
Right.
if you look at it, the intention is, like I said, the guiding force for the universe. It's the starting point of what you are, what you're about to do, who you are, what you're fighting for, your prime directive, all of that. So going into this, you should always look at, okay, am I being my authentic self enough to where I can speak my truth to these beings and they see it off the first initial conversation? Because regardless of who you're trying to be, if you're not trying to be standing in your truth at that moment, these beings see intention. So they see through everything. They can see your desires. They can see what you want. Mike, that was a good one.
Yeah, well, correct. How do these people bond with nature? They go out right in the middle of the jungle and bond with these, and they roll around with them. They don't harm them. That's
Right.
what I would love to do. That's one of my intentions that I want to create and manifest. I want to bond with nature.
Nice.
So you
Those
raise your
natural
vibration.
frequencies.
Anybody else want to take that? So I don't know. I see what some of y'all talking about, because I was confused. Like, is you on topic? What the hell are you? Because I was like, what is Dale coming from? Because I know about being a Sagittarius, we can come from.
He was responding to Michael's response to your question.
Yeah, and you could come from upstairs through the sunroof. Okay. Anybody else want to take that? Contact is coming, what it means to you, and how you maintain unity with keeping the team together. That's the question.
Can I chime in on something? I think one of the biggest thing is losing ego, because that's a 3D construct that was programmed into keeping us in a low vibrational state. So learning how to lose it, but balance it at the same time, because there is, if you look at ego, there's a super ego, and then there's the id, and then there's the ego. They split it into 3 parts. So you need the super ego, because that's kind of, I look at it as your angelic self, your higher self, keeping you in the now and feeding you positive information. And then you have the id, which is the lowest, and then it'll be a better starting point to talk to these ETs. Because if you have any traumas and you're projecting energies, those beings probably can see sense it before you do it. Hence why they don't make an attempt to try to intervene in your area. because they want you to fully understand what's happening to you, what's triggering you, and how can you go about adjusting that. Have you done the inner work for yourself? Have you are you trying to do the inner work? Like, all those things are into play. And if, like, that's the one thing about this is, like, the one person that, like, knows all, the divine creator, these beings work through him. So, like, if you understand that part, then they can see exactly who you are as your authentic self. So if you're not putting your all into something, they're kind of like, well, we know you can do better than this. So they probably won't make an attempt to try to contact you until they know that in your heart you really mean it and you're really intentionally trying to do this. Once they see you take these steps, then you'll start seeing the steps to prepare you for contact. And for some people, that's losing ego. For some people, that's gaining more ego to actually receive information from their higher self. So it's a delicate balancing act. And once you become whole and understand both parts of yourself, then they can come at you at a level playing field because you're able to receive information versus taking that information and having it go in one ear and out the other. Especially now, because it's Mercury retrograde, so it's already going through the astral, what's it called? The astral cloud machine. You have to kind of take the information, because you're going to get a lot of it from different pieces, and treat it like a buffet. You're going to go get a little bit of here, a little bit over there, nibble on this a little bit. If it doesn't taste good, that doesn't mean you got to take it back to your table, put it back, throw it away. It's a buffet, man. Go try what you want and take little bits and pieces of everything that resonate with you. You don't have to force everything down the gullet and then try to analyze it, because it's going to make your head spin. Only take what you feel like you're resonating with, and then come at that standpoint. Because when you do that, then you know you're standing in your truth, because it's something that you're intentionally seeking out for, and things will come to you a lot easier.